Come on in, come on in, come on in. Let a couple people get in here, and then we're going to say a few things. Okay. Here's the deal. You can call this arrogance. You can call it being cocky. I don't care what the hell you call it. I honestly don't give a damn what you call it. But you can go anywhere in the world you want to go. It don't matter where you want to go. You can go anywhere on YouTube. You can go anywhere on your Facebook. You can go talk to Joey down the street. You can talk to your mama. You can talk to anybody on Twitter. There is nobody consistently getting it more right than Pizzle is right now. I mean, we are like Barry Bonds sitting in the box, and you can tell me it's all about the steroids, but I see your curveball coming, and I'm about to send it 450 feet into Covey Cove, okay? I'm sitting on it, and I'm getting ready to explode on it, okay? Because I'm seeing all the pitches right now. I'm seeing everything. I know New York Giants football. I know what the hell is the problem. I know what needs to happen. I understand. Yeah, I am trying to stay humble here. But sometimes I got to let it out. Now, the end of the year, let's get on to it. Because we're not here for a long time. We're here for a good time, okay? At the very end of the year, I'm sitting here telling everybody. I'm telling everybody, and a lot of you guys are recognizing this. Because I'm a little frustrated right now, and I'll tell you what I'm frustrated about. But I'm telling you at the end of the year, Landon Collins and our defense, most notably our second, they can't cover anybody. Okay? And I understand Landon Collins made some flashy plays in 2016, but the fact of the matter is, completely disappeared in 2018. You can be like all the other booger eaters on Twitter. You can be like all the other booger eaters. Okay, you can tell me if someone comes up to a lot of Giant fans. Okay, some random person comes up to a lot of Giant fans. That random person's going to ask a Giant fan, say, "Hey, what's wrong with the Giants? Tell me what's wrong with them. What's wrong with them? Tell me what's wrong." The random Giant fans who clearly seem like they've lost their damn mind will tell you, "Oh, Eli Manning's the problem." Now, if you're a real Giants fan, and you really analyze football, and you really know what the hell's going on, okay? And I'm talking about you've been watching Giants football for years. You will say what truly is the problem, and it's not Eli Manning, okay? There was absolutely zero defense in 2018 from the New York Giants. Not a lick of defense. Nothing, okay? A lot of you like to tell me the only reason Eli Manning has 2 Super Bowl rings was because of the defense. Well, guess what? There's no defense anymore. There's none. No defense. And everybody, including myself, I had rose-colored glasses on, people. I was biased. Landon Collins was one of my top, in the last 5 years, Landon Collins was one of my top 3, if not one of my favorite New York Giant players. One of my favorite. I love Landon Collins. I love the number he wore, 21. I like the position. I like that he was from that he played out of Alabama. I like the way he did interviews. I liked everything about Landon Collins. But Landon Collins can't cover anybody. George Kittle put the man in a blender on Monday Night Football, a game that we had in hand from pillar to post, and Landon Collins and our defense is keeping George Kittle and the 49ers in it the whole damn thing. You know, the fact is, people, is Landon Collins tackles. Landon Collins can help stop the run. There's a lot of safeties in the National Football League that don't tackle well. Okay? There is. Landon Collins is not one of them. He tackles well, no question about it. But he can't cover anybody. Zach Ertz makes a living off of Landon Collins covering him. George Kittle put up one hell of a Monday night football game against Landon Collins. The New York Giants cannot pay Landon Collins top dollar safety money. He needs to go somewhere else. It's simple as that. It's simple as that, people. Look, here's the thing. I'm sick and damn tired of watching the New York Giants lose. I'm so damn tired of it. I really am. Do I wish that Landon Collins would pan out? Absolutely. Would love it if Landon Collins would pan out. But the reality is you can't go and pay Odell Beckham as much money as you've paid him. You know you're going to have to pay Saquon Barkley something, right? You're not going to have him on a rookie deal forever. You can't go out and give a big fat contract to a left tackle. You can't have a bunch of money in Vernon, which Vernon needs to be traded, but nobody will take on his contract. You can't afford Landon Collins when you do all these things. And if you are going to give Collins the big fat contract, he has to play at that level, and it's not possible. The end result in this, there's nothing personal about this. It's strictly business. That's just the facts. Would I love to be in my videos next year screaming up, built by Bama, Landon Collins? Abso-fucking-lutely. I would. But the fact is, Landon Collins ain't going to come cheap, and he ain't going to play at the level that we need him to play. That's just facts. That's just facts. And on top of it, if you look at Dave Gettleman's history, if you look at Dave Gettleman, our general manager, for those that don't know, he obviously had the big thing with Josh Norman in Carolina, right? Dave Gettleman does not put a priority on defensive backs. He just doesn't. Defensive backs, safeties. Dave Gettleman, I don't know if he thinks that position's overrated. I don't know. But the fact is, he drafts defensive backs, he drafts safeties late in rounds, and he doesn't spend a ton of money in that area. Jerry Reese loved those positions. Jerry Reese loved cornerbacks. He loved safeties. He loves receivers. That's not Dave Gettleman's style. And what a lot of Giant fans need to realize, the ones especially on Twitter that are just talking bullshit nonsense, is this is a whole new regime. You gotta, if you ever want to get to the gold at the end of the rainbow, we got to make tough damn decisions. And Landon Collins is simply that. It is moving on from Landon Collins is simply that. And if we would give him a franchise tag, would be a terrible decision. It would be awful. It would be nonsense. It really would. It would be nonsense. And it can't happen. Now, let me say this. There are some people, most notably the book readers on Twitter, are saying, how can you pay Eli Manning what you're paying him, but not pay a top-notch safety in the National Football League in Landon Collins? First of all, Landon Collins may not even be a top 100 player in the National Football League anymore. I got news. I don't think he's top 100. He was on the fringe last year of top 100, and I would guarantee after his 2018 season, he's not even in it anymore. So stop with the narrative that Landon Collins is one of the best safeties in the league. He's just simply not. That's just not true. And I'm not even I'm not even making this stuff up. These are just simply facts. They're just simply facts. Period. With that being said, the organization, most notably the coaches and the general manager, have been telling you. A lot of you say, well, Pizza, you're biased with Eli Manning. I'm not making the moves here. I'm not the ones even making the decisions. I'm telling you what I think should happen. I'm telling you what I think is the problem, but I'm not the one making the move. The coaches, the general manager, the front office, they're the ones making the move. And what they are telling you is that defense is clearly a problem. Why do you say that, Pizzle? Well, they traded Snacks. They traded Eli Apple, which nobody was upset about Eli Apple getting traded. And they're clearly letting Landon Collins go. If you would have asked any big time Giant fan last year, including myself and including a lot of you guys, give us some of the key names in this defense, we would have listed Collins, Snacks, Eli Apple. We would have. All day, every day. We would have listed these guys. Guess what? They're probably, none of them are going to be on the roster in 2019. Telling you that the defense clearly is the problem. And here's the thing. The Giants are clearly not afraid to make bold decisions, right? They're not afraid to make some, and this is bold. They're telling Landon Collins to kick rocks and go sign somewhere. This is a bold decision, period. If they thought Eli Manning was done, they would move on from Eli Manning. This is what, but here's the thing. As I've been telling you, and a lot of you maybe understand this, Eli is not the damn problem. He's not. If you think he is, you need to reevaluate the situation. Period. There were plenty of games last year. The offense did enough, and the defense didn't make a stop when we needed them to make a stop. And if Landon Collins is a leader, if Landon Collins is your go-to guy, Landon Collins has to be the guy to make the big-time play. He didn't make it happen. He didn't make it happen. And if you don't make it happen, you get canned. Simple as that. I like Landon Collins. I wish him nothing but the best. I hope he goes and gets a big fat contract. But any team that signs Landon Collins, their fan base will be saying, I get what Giant fans were saying now. Well, some of them. I mean, a lot of Giant fans are going nuts. But they're going to get a guy who can play in the box, who can tackle, but he can't cover. Eli Manning is not the problem here, people. And in addition to that, Eli Manning has 1 year left on his deal. 1 year. We got 1 damn year left of Eli. That's it. We're not going to add on 5 more years of Landon Collins. There's 1 year left on Eli's deal, and that's it. I don't foresee them doing anything after this with Eli Manning. Now, let me say this. You guys can go look at this stuff yourself, okay? I went back and looked at Dave Gettleman's draft class with Carolina Panthers. I noticed that Dave Gettleman drafted more defensive players in the first 2 rounds than he did offensive players. One of the offensive players that he drafted was Christian McCaffrey, which makes total sense as the reason why, because he drafted Christian McCaffrey at the number 8 position. And he obviously drafted Saquon Barkley last year at number 2. If he was willing to take Christian McCaffrey at 8, he clearly is okay with taking Saquon Barkley at 2. So with that being said, I don't see Dave Gettleman, the history of his draft picks, I don't see him drafting a quarterback at 6. I don't see it happening. These are just facts. Now you might say, well, Pistol, they had Cam Newton when Dave Gettleman got there. He didn't have to draft a quarterback. Here's what I would say to you. He has not drafted a quarterback since Kyle Lauletta last year. In all of Dave Gettleman's drafts, he has only drafted 1 quarterback. You're telling me not 1 year with the Carolina Panthers, he didn't think about drafting a backup quarterback for Cam Newton? Every team in the league drafts backup quarterbacks every now and then in the 5th, 6th, 7th round. Maybe you got something. Who knows? Everybody does it. Nobody just simply neglects drafting a quarterback if he's not good enough. The point I'm making here is Dave Gettleman has shown no examples of being willing to take a quarterback at 6. Nothing. He's shown anything. If the only cards he's ever played are this. Dave Gettleman is willing to draft big receivers. He loved Kelvin Benjamin, Devin Funchess. Dave Gettleman was part of the Giants organization when they signed Plaxico Burress, when they drafted Ramses Barden. The point I'm making here is Dave Gettleman has a history with dealing with big receivers, okay? I would be on the lookout for potentially a big receiver being drafted by the New York Giants in this draft. I'm not saying it's 6, but my point is you educate yourself, you'll realize we're going to get a receiver somewhere in this draft. And I guarantee he's going to be about 6'4", 6'5". So you need to go ahead and start looking who those candidates are. Furthermore, Dave Gettleman has shown examples of drafting defensive linemen or linebackers at the first round pick. He's not going to draft a cornerback, okay, which we're probably going to need some type of secondary help. I'm hoping that Sam Beal can be that third round pick that we don't have this year. We need Sam Beal to be a draft pick that's already on our roster. We desperately need that to happen. With that being said, I'm telling you guys, listen to me. Dave Gettleman is going to draft a defensive lineman or a linebacker with the 6th overall pick. He's going to do it. He's played his cards. Now, who does Pizzle want? Who does Pizzle want? Pizzle wants Devin fucking White. That's who Pizzle wants. LSU linebacker. I think he's going to be Ray Lewis. I am so fucking sold on Devin White. I am so sold on Devin White. The New York Giants. So why do you think this, Pizzle? If Landon Collins is going to go, okay, which I've given you all the reasons why he should. That is, quote unquote, the leader of the defense, right? They clearly need to find a new leader, right? So you could spend all the time you want to talking about Haskins. You can talk all the hell. You can go on whoever's YouTube page, whoever's you can, but you are not. It's like that. It's like that quote in the movie Blow. It's not that what was it? You dreamed the wrong dream. You had the wrong dream there, bud. George, you got the wrong dream. I don't know how I'm messing up the quote, but my point is you got the right idea, right? With the Haskins on the whole, you need a leader, blah, blah, blah. But you're on the wrong side of the ball, people. You're on the wrong side. You need to be on the defensive side of the ball. We need a new leader on the defensive side of the ball. And guess what's a great leader spot? The middle linebacker. The middle linebacker. There are so many clues here. The Giants, even today, re-signed Alex Tanney. They have 3 guys, Eli Manning, Tanney, and Laletta. 3 guys under contract at the quarterback position for next season. Why in the hell would they even think about drafting Haskins? Why would they? That doesn't make any sense, people. It's not adding up. It's not adding up at all. The point being here is it's defense. The Giants are going to draft defense. Personally, my guy's Devin White. But do I know for sure who the Giants are going to draft? No. No, I don't. But here's the key points that you need to do. Look at Dave Gettleman's previous drafts. Understand what they're doing by letting Landon Collins go. Leader means there's need. I mean, who is the leader on this defense if Landon Collins leaves? Who steps in and becomes the leader? Don't tell me Vernon. There's no way in hell Vernon, because they're trying to trade Vernon and they can't trade him because his contract is bullshit. I mean, you gonna say Ogletree? Do you really want Ogletree as the leader of this defense? It sure as hell ain't Janoris Jenkins. So the point is you need a new leader on the defense. You need a new philosophy. Bottom line, that's just the way it is, people. The way it is. This is just what is happening. So I loved what I saw from Devin White. I love some of these defensive ends. But at the end of the day, Devin White is my guy. The combine even sold it on me. So, anyways, I'm going to take a couple questions, and then Pizzle's got to get out of here. Hit me with a couple questions, and then Pizzle's got to go. Or just say hello. Just the hell with questions. Just say hello. Hello, Black Caesar. Arkham, Will Greer's terrible. He's terrible. Baller 1000. I mean, I don't really have a DB picked out. I don't think the Giants need Jenkins, Sam Beal, and B.W. Webb to be good next year. I don't know. I mean, clearly we're going to have go out and get some kind of safety help. Maybe Smith. Maybe they are waiting for Herbert. They went to one of his games last year. Thank you, Lolly Mac. I agree too. The thing is, guys, is if you know Giants football, if you really watched, guys, and I'm not talking, and look, I'm not even, here's the thing, it's like a lot of you don't think that I don't get frustrated with Eli. I do. I get frustrated with Eli all the time. I don't want Eli to be on the team and lose it in return. That's not what I want. I don't want to sit here and say, I'm willing to sacrifice losing as long as Eli's on the team. That's not what I want. I just recognize what the real problems are. That's all I'm saying. I don't know how we would get him, though, Baller. Well, Murray's not even going to be available to us, Jaden. I mean, right now, I encourage each and every one of you, go on thegiants.com and look at the roster and just look at the defense. Just look at the defense. Let's look at defensive players and tell me that defense doesn't suck. Seriously. We have offensive weapons. We have Saquon. We have OBJ. We have Shepard. We have Ingram. Our offensive line got a little bit better last year. They need to obviously address some of it in free agency. But my point is there we have decent pieces on offense. Why the hell are you trying to add to the offense when there's nothing on defense? You can score 40 damn points a game if you give up 50 points. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Prime example, Kansas City Chiefs had one of the best offenses in the league last year, right? One of the best offenses, spectacular. When they needed a stop to move on in the playoffs, their defense was not capable of making a stop. They can only do, the point is, the Chiefs can only go so far as long as, and their defense is only going to take them so far. They're only going to go as far as their defense is the point I'm saying. So you can build this spectacular offense, right? You can go draft 1 million offensive players, all the best in the country. But if you got no defense, you're not going anywhere anyways. It doesn't make sense. So a lot of you sit here and say stupid shit like, oh, well, we're wasting years of OBJ and we're wasting years of Saquon by keeping Eli Manning. We're wasting years of OBJ and Saquon without having a damn defense. That's what we're really wasting. That's what just kill. It blows me away. It's like you blame one guy. How can one guy be a problem with 52 other people on the roster? You blame one guy? What sense does that even make? That doesn't even add up. That doesn't even add up that you blame one guy for all of your problems. Where's the logic in that? I don't even understand that. I don't understand. It's like people say, well, I can't pay the cable bill. It's too damn high. Well, get a job. It doesn't add up. It kills me. So it's like you sit here and you just say, well, the defense is good. I mean, they give up 35 points, but they're good. They're good. Yeah, they're good. We're good. Well, let's score 50 then. That's not how you play winning football. Okay, so I don't know if Little Yankee's being a smartass, but he says, or Yankee King, he says the team is better off trading both Barkley and Beckham. What the fuck what do you mean? Why do you say that? Why say that? Why would you want to trade Barkley and Beckham? Why? What is that going to do? What does that do? I am preaching. I can't help it. Here's the thing, y'all. Here's the thing. I'm not coming on here for you guys to look at me and say, oh, he's just trying to be something. I'm not. I want you guys to take what I say and go tell all this shit to Joey down the street. Obviously, have your own opinions. I'm not telling you to be a fucking sheep. I'm just saying, take what I say, mold it in how you want it, and tell Joey down the street to kiss your black ass. That's all I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. So, my point being is is you want to sit here and blame one guy. Blame one guy, but the organization and the coaches, they're not telling you that Eli's the problem. Yankee King, again, you say, get us more picks to rebuild this embarrassment of a team. You're right. The defense is a fucking embarrassment. It's an embarrassment to New York Giants football. I mean, if you think about it, I don't know how long some of you have been Giant fans, but if you think about when the New York Giants were their greatest, give me the year that you guys think, give me what, you might all have your own personal opinion of this. Give me the year you guys think the New York Giants were the greatest in their history. This one particular year, the New York Giants reached the pinnacle of New York Giants football. What year was that? What year do you guys believe that to be? Give me whatever year. I would assume that you would pick a world championship year. I would assume that's the year you would pick. You know, you've got 4 years to pick from. That's what I would assume. So, while some of you make guesses on this, with that being said, every year the New York Giants won a Super Bowl, all 4 of them, there was one thing that they all have in common. Every year, all 4 of them had great defenses. They all had great defenses. Bottom line, it wasn't anything to do with great offense. I mean, my God, people, the New York Giants won a Super Bowl with Phil Simms, Jeff Hostetler, and Eli Manning. Let's think about these names for a minute. I love Eli, right? But Eli Manning's not Aaron Rodgers, right? Or Dan Marino or whatever, whoever else you want to throw in this category. Eli Manning, Phil Simms, Jeff Hostetler, okay? So the point is the Giants have always been successful when they had a great defense. That's always been the philosophy, and it's always added up. That and being able to run the football, right? Anderson, fucking Bradshaw, Jacobs, hopefully now Barkley. I mean, every year that they've ever been the pinnacle of their existence, it was because they played good defense and they ran the football. That is the pinnacle you should want New York Giants football to get back to. So in order to get back to that, for the embarrassment of what we face to stop, it has to start with a defense. It has to. It has to start with a defense. What are you talking about? Yeah, the defense has, okay, yeah, the defense had no depth. But that's the point, is we don't have playmakers on the defense. Nothing. We have nothing. I don't know if Polite will even be there in the second round. If you guys want my perfect storm would be Devin White and Jalen Ferguson from Louisiana Tech, defensive end. That would be my perfect storm. But Pizzle don't always get what he wants. Okay? Baby Doll will tell you that. Pizzle don't always get what he wants. That's a common quote that she says a lot. Pizzle don't always get what he wants. Okay? I could be completely wrong on all this. Okay? Okay? And the Great Gorilla just brought up a great name. To me, the New York Giants have 2 guys right now on defense. The Giants have 2 guys on defense that they can build around. B.J. Hill, Lorenzo Carter. Those are 2 guys that I absolutely think could be sensational for the Giants. We need to put some pieces around them guys, right? Because you put some pieces around those guys, they become even better. That's just the facts. That's just facts, people. And here's the thing. A lot of you know this too. You don't have to have spectacular defense. I think this is what I think Dave. I like Tomlinson, but I like B.J. Hill more. This is what I think Dave Gettleman thinks, okay? If Dave Gettleman was sitting right beside me, he'd tell me I don't know shit. But this is what I think Dave Gettleman thinks. I think Dave Gettleman believes that if you have a great defensive line and you have good linebackers, but most notably a good defensive line, it matters, but it really doesn't matter who the secondary guys are. Okay, so understand what I'm saying here. if you're getting to the quarterback in a timely fashion, anybody can be a great cornerback if the quarterback is constantly under distress. So the idea of having a bad defensive line but a great secondary is actually backwards in thinking, because the secondary can only cover for so long if the pass rush can't get there. So if you reverse that theory, because I think that's what Jerry Reese tried to do. Jerry Reese tried to have this really great secondary, but he didn't put any meat up in front to go get the quarterback. What I think Gettleman's trying to do is reverse that. Give me some big time, give me some nice pass rushers so you can get to the quarterback. Let me rebuild this defensive line. Let me bring some edge pass rushers like Lorenzo Carter. Who knows? Maybe somebody else. And then have DBs who are not paying that much, but can simply do enough to win ball games. I think that's the philosophy that the New York Giants should go with, and I think that's the philosophy Dave Gettleman's going with. Okay, I'm not big on Al Ogletree. We've already got him under contract. It is what it is. He can be serviceable, and if we go out and draft a rookie linebacker, I would love a guy like Ogletree to be there to mentor a young linebacker. So I'm always for a veteran to be in certain spots to be able to mentor the young guys, okay? So, anyways, I might have rambled a little too long. I went about 30 minutes here. Nobody ever watches videos that go 30 minutes. Like I said, I wasn't here for a long time. I was just here for a good time. I've said what I got to say. I hope you guys enjoy what I got to say. Thank you guys for coming on. I will be doing another live video probably maybe tomorrow, maybe Wednesday. Okay, so be looking out for that. So you guys have a good rest of the night. And actually, Black Caesar, I might actually be at the draft. Okay, and I'm probably making a video here pretty soon to try to get some YouTubers to come to the draft. So, anyways, you guys have a good rest of the night. Appreciate all the support. Appreciate all the good stuff. I'll be talking to you guys soon.